Scott Hipsher joins me now from Bangkok. He's a lecturer at Webster University-Thailand and author of the book, Wealth Creation Approach to Reducing Global Poverty. Scott, thank you so much for joining us. I'd like to get your take on China's progress toward eradicating poverty. How close is China reaching this goal with just a few months left to the end of the year?
Thank you very much for having me. China certainly saw some of the fastest reduction in poverty over, in the latter part of the 20th century. It's one of the greatest humanitarian success stories. But there has been some issues with income inequality, increasing income inequality. If we raise the bar up to like $5, $5.50 a day income, then there's still many millions of people in poverty. But certainly the COVID-19 crisis is slowing global economic activity around the world, and so there's certainly going to be issues with that. In the past, China's role in the world economy has changed. It's not just a recipient of foreign direct investment. Now it's also a source of foreign direct investment and technology transfer to less developed economies. So its role in global poverty reduction as well as local poverty reduction has changed quite a bit.
So you mentioned COVID's impact. Do you think China will still make this goal by the end of the year, seeing as many parts of the country were shut down?
Well, I think the whole world, and China included, is going to have slower economic growth, and economic growth is very important for poverty reduction. So I'm sure it's going to put some damper into the overall plans, not just there in China, but also here in Thailand and the rest of the world as well.
So what challenges remain in the coming months? And then there's, of course, there's the issue of maintaining all of this past the goal.
Well, certainly we're trying to balance, our need to boost the economy, get economic activity going with health concerns. And quite often, we have to find that balance, and sometimes the poor get left out. We tend to, during times of crisis, become very nationalistic, are more concerned about people within our own communities and not necessarily thinking about people in other communities. So, it's going to really depend a lot as we come out of the crisis. How do we continue to try to keep our economies going and open up for trade and create more opportunities for everybody?
And Scott, many have said that other countries can learn from China, that this could be an international blueprint. So what are one or two of the big initiatives that other countries can realistically replicate within their own countries?
Yeah, China's success has been driven primarily, throughout its history, if you will. This great humanitarian success story of really lessening the impact of poverty in China is driven primarily by the wealth that was created by the workers and the entrepreneurs within the country, not necessarily redistribution. Now, during this economic crisis, of course, we're going to see more redistribution. Countries that have more resources will be able to do that a bit better. But in the long term, poverty reduction is going to be created by creating opportunities. And so as the health crisis lessens, we want to make sure we continue those opportunities through trade, both domestic and international. We don't want to close our borders and only think about ourselves. If every country in the world does that, of course, it's going to lead to problems. A large country like the United States or China can get away with that a bit more, but at the same time, by doing that, it's going to create hardships for many other countries in the world.
All right, Scott Hipsher, thank you so much for joining us from Bangkok. We appreciate it.